In this video, we flip over this sexy ass toner. Welcome to Silver Bar Stacker, folks. I hope everybody's doing well and enjoying their day. Now, today I actually went to the post office and actually had 3 packages here, and I thought, well, we've done 2 unboxing. Why don't we go for the trifecta and do 3 unboxings, and this time we're going to do 3 tiny little packages. This one, I'm just guessing that it's probably not going to be as glamorous as these last couple unboxings that we've done, but hey, we can't always have Christmas happening every single day when it comes down to it, alright? So let's go ahead and see what these modest pieces are that we've grabbed, and we got 3 items that we got to get through, or maybe 3 packages that might contain multiple items in them. So I don't know what it's going to be, my friends. We're going to find that out together, but I hope you're excited for the surprise, because surprise number 1 is just right around the corner, my friends. This is going to be the first package, and package within a package, and a huge long letter to go along with this. So let's go ahead and see what is written in this letter. Thank you for the many purchases over the years. If there's anything you are looking for, feel free to message me. A lot of the really cool, rare, collectible stuff I find and sell, I do off of eBay. Good to know. Good to know. So it looks like this person I've purchased from many times, and they had a very nice handwritten letter that they shared with me there, and they said, hey, here's my personal information. If you want to get in touch with me off of eBay, kind of like how a lot of people sometimes will get in touch with me off of Whatnot, maybe they might find me on my website. And some people buy exclusively from me on my website. Others buy exclusively from me on my Whatnot store. So wherever people are comfortable, for me the fees are around the same anyways. Buyers pay shipping. Typically they're on Whatnot as well. So, you know, each platform has its perks. You can accumulate some coupons over there on the Whatnot platform as well. So people have their preferences. A lot of people like to buy in that live auction format, but on Whatnot as well, you have the option to buy it as you typically would on a marketplace, just like you do on the SBS website. So everybody kind of has their comfort zones when it comes down to where they like to purchase. This individual looks like also sells on multiple platforms just like I do. So we'll go ahead and see what's going to be in that package. I'm pretty excited to see what it's going to be. But before we do that, let's go ahead and get into the other packages here. The first item that we've got available is going to be a beautiful item. And this item is going to be something that I've been kind of keeping an eye on, because ever since I've been kind of keeping an eye on that Hoffman Hoffman section there on all Engelhard, we always come across some new findings. And one of the new findings that we recently came across on the all Engelhard website was this very round here. They estimated this at a very low mintage round, which truthfully I'm not 100% on the accuracy of that estimated mintage. However, I will say that typically I will not find these at melt. So would you be able to find these at melt? Yeah, maybe you could get lucky in the LCS. You might be able to find these at melt, but this is a newly added item to the Hoffman Hoffman section of all Engelhard, where it doesn't actually say Hoffman Hoffman anywhere on the round, but somehow they've determined that this is actually a Hoffman piece. It's going to be a 1974 World Trade unit. See, it says World Trade right there. It's got these globes. And in fact, I've come across a couple other variants of this round as well. Those other variants that I've come across are not established as Hoffman pieces, at least not yet. I've reached out to all Engelhard quite a while ago, and they still have not responded back to me regarding those other 2 types. But I do have all 3 of those types available there on the website for anybody who's interested in purchasing those. This one, however, is going to be the established Hoffman Hoffman round. The other couple variants that I'm aware of, one of them is going to have the 1974 date, slightly different texture on that date as well, especially on the 4. And the 1974 date on that other variant is going to be up on the top here. This one, the Hoffman variant, the 1974 date is going to be on the bottom. I also am aware of a round that looks just like this on the reverse, and instead of a 1974 date, it's got a 1973 date. So is that one produced by Hoffman? Possibly. May be something that hasn't been added to the all Engelhard website yet. Like I said, I did inform them about that, but they never got back to me about it. So we'll go ahead and see how the price action looks on these rounds moving forward. I was happy to be able to add one of these Hoffman rounds to the stack. Next up, my friends, is going to be a beautiful item here. And this nickel here, I would imagine it's a war nickel. Yep, 1941. That means it's going to be a wartime silver nickel. In fact, this is 35% silver, and this is not something that I ordered. So this is something that literally the person just threw in free of charge, and that's got a melt value of around $2 roughly, because it's going to have 1.75 grams of silver inside that war nickel, including a little bit of copper. I'm very well versed in war nickels because I've bought quite a few of them in my day. I find them to be a great option for junk silver when it comes down to it. So I was happy that they threw this in as a gift. This is the second time this week that somebody's just thrown in something of value as a gift. The last one was that wheat cent penny, which is at least a $3 value, 3-cent value, I should say. And this right here is at least a $2 value. So this is not a small gift to be giving me, because it is actual silver, 1.75 grams of silver. It's a significant gift of significant worth. So I'm very pleased that they actually threw that in just free of charge, because what I was actually purchasing here, when I thought I purchased at a pretty reasonable price, was this nice half-ounce silver sunshine minting round. These are not something that I typically see too often, and I wanted to capture one of these old school variants here, because typically nowadays these sunshine minting rounds will have that security feature there with the little circle there. You don't see them with the 1/2 kind of spelt out like that. So I wanted to add one of these to the stack just so I had it, and it looks like I got some bonus silver to go with it, which I cannot be mad about at all. Now, from this individual we've purchased from apparently many times, I was not aware of that, let's go ahead and see what it is that we've got in store, my friends. And I recall purchasing before from somebody who has this weird way of packaging. This, I'm not calling them weird, but I am calling them weird because it's abnormal, but it's very nice though. It gives me a lot of extra packaging that I can recycle. So let's go ahead and see what we got here, my friends. Layered within layered within layered. Let's go ahead and see what's in that final layer. Hopefully it's going to be something delicious. Hopefully I'm not going to break something I'm not supposed to break. I should really be more careful when I'm putting into things like that. But it turns out there's no COA or anything, hopefully, that could have gotten damaged in the process. And what we've actually got here, my friends, is, wow, something in the original factory seal. And it's actually going to be a beautiful Statue of Liberty bar, Manfred, Trudell, and Brooks. And it's got some gorgeous toning on it. And when we turn this thing around to the back, let's see if there's going to be any interesting variety here. My guess, Johnson Matthey, 1982 dated, 107,000 minted, factory sealed bar. That's what I'm thinking, just based off of the front. But it could really be anything. I don't think it's an Engelhard for sure, because of this seal. I don't think it's an undated JM, because those have a slightly different shape. And I don't think it's Metal Arts, honestly. I just don't think it is. It could be Metal Arts, but I think it's a 1982 dated, 107,000 vintage Johnson Matthey MTB Liberty Trade Silver 1-ounce bar. Let's flip it over and see if that's what it is. Bam! Holy shit. I honestly didn't see that coming. This is not a common bar. This is not a common bar. This is going to have a mintage in just a couple thousands, I believe. And look at that super low serial number, 196. So I'm extremely happy to be able to be adding this to the stack, because this is not at all a common bar. I was quite damn sure it was going to be a 1982 dated, and I stand corrected. I definitely stand corrected. So I'm going to go to the 1-ounce definitive pages. I'm going to go to the Republic Bank, and I'm going to find out that actually this is a 1000 mintage bar here. There's only 4 known serials. I'm sure there's more out there, but on All Engelhard they have a small selection of the serial numbers, and the small selection of serial numbers that they've got are 458, 513, 797, and 966. So am I extremely happy that I have number 196 right here in the factory seal and ultra nicely toned up? Heck yeah, because while there might be a lower serial number out there, you know, the 4 that are established and known on the All Engelhard website, which, you know, those might be a little outdated now. I'm sure there's more that have surfaced since then. This is still relatively quite low serial number. Now, when we look at the information here on the All Engelhard website, they actually say that the 1-ounce example produced by Johnson Matthey and Manfred and Trudell and Brooks for Republic Bank of New York, observed for sale at 5x spot or $50 of over spot. Now, I paid quite a bit more than $50 over spot, but is it 5x spot? I don't know. I honestly don't remember. Well, all I know is I'm super happy to add this to the stack, and I hope you enjoyed this small but effective unboxing. Cheers! Oh, and if you haven't had a chance to yet, be sure to check out our social media landing page at solo.to/silverbarstacker. There you can find our direct website link, which is silverbarstacker.com, as well as our links to our other social media channels, such as this very YouTube channel, our Facebook page, our Instagram page, our TikTok page, our Twitter page, and we also have the link to our Whatnot page, which is where we actually run our live auctions and actually also have all of these same SBS drops that we hold. We run those same drops on our Whatnot store, and we also have live auctions happening literally all the time. So the way that you can be notified about those auctions is to be following us there on whatnot.com/user/silverbarstacker. And we hope to see you there, folks. Thank you, and have a great day.